Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome to Old School on Thursday morning. I'm DP, Jay Foreman. Next to me, Mark Onweiler.
The voice
in the control seat.
The voice. We need to do the thing where Mark is the voice that puts you to sleep at night, or just reads you whatever you want. He just has that voice, the soothing voice.
They send in stories.
Yeah,
bedtime stories. With Mark Onweiler.
I'll do that for you.
You see there,
Jay. For you, I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah, just read it out.
I mean, Mark can yell at you and make you feel good about it.
Well, yeah,
Get
but
up.
He can.
You're being lazy.
They can send them in.
Yeah.
Like they can send in requests and say, Mark, tonight's story should be this. And just have Mark just sit and read.
Yeah. Mark could spice up a really hard to tell story and make it a little bit better.
Will you tell us will you tell us about Tony Siragusa?
I don't know if I can make that one happen.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's we talked about earlier. It's unfortunate, with Ferguson, that like the night before, and then Siragusa just out of nowhere. You just would never expect him.
I'm gonna get Jay Foreman right here. This is okay. So Jay Foreman, you're gonna lead the show. So you got the read, you got the Sandhills Global. We're gonna give this to Jay Foreman.
All right. Give what? The read? I don't have the read.
You know Sandhills Global.
I don't know it by heart though.
The text line.
The text line.
Yeah.
Honda and Lincoln text line 402-464-5685. Yeah. Or the same number, Starter Heyman text line. I used to destroy that name and DP had to get me right. And we're sponsored by Sandhills Global, located right here in Lincoln, looking for to hire probably hundreds of jobs, which is great. So you get sandhillsglobal.org. See there? We don't need Rico. We don't need
Jay Foreman.
We don't need Nick. we just do our thing in here. You know what I'm saying? Big head Rico. Rico's like the little kid when he walks in. You know that when you're sleeping in your bed, and when they're about 4 or 5 years old, he comes in sucking on his thumb. Little big head Rico walks in.
I think he does that now.
I know,
Rachel.
Right? with sucking his thumb with a little blankie too.
Right.
Talking about can I have some waffles for breakfast?
Right. Rachel. She's going, really, Rico?
Rico, I gotta take care of the other kids. You're not one of them.
Really?
But then Rico's like, it's Rico time.
It's Rico.
He either says it's Rico time. He's like, or he says, but I'm Rico.
Oh, it's like the Tiger Woods snippet. He goes, it's Tiger. It's Rico.
It's Rico.
It's Rico.
We need to send Rachel flowers or something for
like daily.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like Rachel, we apologize.
And Rico, Rico talks in the third person. It just people out there, please don't believe that he doesn't. He definitely, when he's driving down, what's Rico going to do today?
Rico needs to make us.
Yeah.
He talks into the mirror.
Yeah.
He looks into the mirror and he goes, Rico needs to do well today. Rico's a star. Rico, go be excellent.
Yeah. Rico's good enough. Rico's smart enough.
When Rico walks in here, he looks at everybody
like Rico.
Rico walks in here is like everybody should bow your heads. Bow your head. Rico is here.
Oh man, that's
He's a little pocket Hercules.
He is going to stop whatever he's doing now.
I'm just waiting for the text message to go.
He's just gonna rage into this building. Just come flying through, just zooming through. Oh my goodness gracious. There's so much to cover today, but I do want to say a couple of things. I appreciate the listeners who get it. Right, who just want to participate and want to be a part of it. So you texters, thank you. All right, just for adding to the shows and making us laugh with your familiarity and your silliness. It's appreciated. Today's kind of weird, right? Because we're losing folks, and all the news isn't good. But I was like, cool, I get to go hang out with the crew, and the crew is a lot of the people on the text line. So it's pretty cool stuff along the way. Jay, are you taking batting practice tomorrow? I need to 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock.
No, I doubt it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah,
we do have another spot. And what we're gonna do is, if you want to take BP with DP tomorrow, 3 o'clock, Haymarket, just tell me why you want to do it. On the text line, just tell me why you want to do it. And I'll let Mark choose the best response.
So that means you're appealing to me,
Yes.
not DP, and those are two
Correct.
different things.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So tell Mark.
Text smartly, guys.
Yeah, text Mark and let him know why you want to take batting practice. I know that like Steve Taylor's going to take BP, Rashawn, Brent Banks, Jeremy, and then we'll have one more spot to add to.
Is Strick getting out there?
Strick's getting out there, but we're not counting him in the 5.
Okay.
Like, we're not counting him in 5. And then we may come up with something extra special for whoever has the best round of batting practice.
As judged by
Mark Onweiler. All of this is I'm putting all this pressure on Mark Onweiler.
Right. Fair enough.
All of this is there. And we're gonna stream it, right?
Yeah. One way or another,
Is
we'll have it
Rico
on
taking
video.
batting practice?
I can't possibly imagine Rico taking batting practice.
I've seen Rico take batting practice.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's about what you would expect.
Yeah, just I just
I'm still
kind
waiting.
of whack-a-mole.
I'm still,
Like,
I'm
like
still
it's kind
waiting
of what
for.
I would have imagined.
I'm still waiting for Rico to Nick try to guard Rico, or Rico try to guard Nick in football 1-on-1.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many of these things that we need to, these competitions we need to have. Like Nick and Rico 1-on-1 in football, Nick and Rico 1-on-1 in basketball. Maybe add Nathan, right?
Sure.
Have a game with 21. You know, where
Oh,
we
you got to throw Bach in there too, then, because
because Bach will get hurt and
Well,
we'll
probably.
lose him. Like the last time Bach really went at basketball,
true. I forgot about that.
He destroyed his whole arm, and we're not.
I forgot about that.
Oh.
Like dude was in a brace forever. Like, I don't want to do that to Bach.
You know what I'm still looking for
Hmm.
is the Jake and Jay Olympics.
I've been ready. I
That
did.
would
I
be
did
a
I
murder.
did some background checks on Jake in the tennis court.
How you feeling about it?
I feel even more confident in whether it's golf or what else do they play at the country club living that he grew up on? Badminton, table tennis, whatever he wants to do,
shuffleboard.
hopscotch or whatever we can get down. Cornhole. I got it. He's
Yeah.
I got it.
Thank you, Jake Sorensen.
Thanks, Jake. We know you're listening somewhere.
Yeah. No, I just think it would be unfair to put Jake Sorensen in Olympics with Jay Foreman.
He's putting himself out
He
there.
put himself out there.
You know?
Okay,
Jay didn't ask for
Jake,
this.
so do you want to do Olympics? You like,
Jake
are we
Sorensen's a pain free.
Can we do like a 50-yard sprint? We'll do the 40.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on running, but sure. I mean,
Well,
that's just a foregone
That's just you
conclusion.
jogging.
Yeah,
It's you jogging. Like, I wouldn't go crazy and do like a steeplechase where you have to run around circles.
Right.
We could do kind of a combine.
yeah. I'm down.
you know
I'm
what?
down like 4 flat tires.
You know what? When we go to Big Ten Media Day,
Oh, they're on the field?
we're there on the field. We could do the 40.
Where's that at? Chicago? Do they have?
Indy.
Indy.
It's in Indy. It's in the
Lucas
dome.
Oil.
Yeah.
Oh, that bring back good memories. Where I ran the 40 at. Jake be in trouble. He'd be in trouble.
And then maybe
For everybody else, that's a slow track. For me, that was pretty fast.
it's so funny. I think that has to happen. That has to happen.
Jake just can't beat me in anything. He knows it. It's just like Buffalo against the Dolphins. You ain't winning nothing.
Is Jake a better athlete than Rico? No, he's not. He's not a better athlete than Rico.
A better athlete or more in shape today?
I still think,
I think those are two different questions.
I would have considered that, but then seeing Rico throw the first pitch, like, I'm not sure Jake does the first pitch.
Yeah, Jake has done the first pitch and he airmailed it. Yeah.
Right? Like Rico, Oddly enough, I'll tell you. So people who ran against Rico will tell you Rico was really, really talented. So I kind of want to give Rico that kind of credit. I'm not sure. How would you rank
guys
him?
like
How would
guys
you
like
rank him?
Rico? You know he still has it in him.
So
Yeah, it's in there.
right?
It's in there, so he can bring it.
and he was a hurdler. So even his downside is still way above most people.
Right. So and he has something in him.
And he
It's
can
whether-
still run.
It's whether Jake can curtail that in multiple events.
So how would you rank? So let's rank. So Jake, Rico, Nick, Nathan, Bach. How would
Bach
you?
would be last.
Ooh,
Rico.
Ooh.
Rico
Ow!
probably
You're
number
so
one.
quick with that.
Ow!
So quick.
Ow!
Sorry, Bach.
Ow! Ouch.
Nathan would just be second and last, and then it's a battle between Jake and Nick.
Wow.
And really,
Nathan's not gonna like that.
really,
Wow,
it
and it's
really,
his
not
birthday.
gonna
Like
like
you
that.
were, you were giving him body blows on his birthday.
it really comes down to Nick and Jake. And the only reason I'm saying that he's second to last is because I wanted to come down to Nick and Jake.
Right, right. And just to have those two compete.
Just those two, and they need to be mic'd up, and you need to have the pre-prep up until their match. Nick doing whatever he needs to do, and Jake probably talking to himself and probably doubting himself all the way until he gets a match.
So let's go sport by sport. If it's basketball, like just
Jake
from a
and
shooting,
basketball. Nick can't play a lick of basketball.
just from shooting, I think Nathan can shoot.
Yeah,
Bach can shoot.
Bach can shoot.
Rico can't,
Hmm.
and Nick can't.
Hmm.
Rico can't. Rico can't.
And then if you did like a football combine, like
Rico would obviously be head and shoulders in the running.
right.
It's a free for all after that.
You think Jake could cover the rest of the game?
He could cover most of them. I mean, Rico would be the hardest because Rico could just run
Yeah, Rico
Go
just
right.
a fly pattern.
Nathan's got bench. Nathan's strong.
Yeah. See, the thing about Virginia Tech boys is that they run. I'd imagine Nathan can run.
His profile picture is him as at some sort of run. So I imagine he can run.
Right, that he could run, and he's young.
He said he played high school football. For what that's worth.
I don't believe that because I can't believe he would put a helmet on that hair. Like Nathan loves his hair. Like Jay, you know those dudes, right?
Yeah.
That they could play football, but
It's like Nick. Nick came up in there the other day talking about, I just did my hair. Bruh, it's 7-something in the morning. But Nate might be the dude if he played football. Every time that it was water break, he ran his hair and got it, and then he flipped his head back.
oh my goodness gracious!
Or he had the man
Yeah,
bun.
we do need an Olympics.
I think it needs to happen. We've been talking about it forever.
We need to.
We just need to do it. We need someone
Okay, so
to
we'll rally
volunteer some
sponsors.
space.
We need to rally some sponsors.
I'm destroying Jake in
Yeah.
everything that I do.
Yeah.
Straight up. It's just like when they had Bill Romanowski and Mike Irvin, like the Joes in the pros.
Oh, it was terrible.
I'm destroying Jake. Destroying him. Basketball,
goodness.
football, badminton, hockey, whatever he wants. Hockey.
I want a monthly competition between
Yeah.
you two.
Hockey,
Like
and I
something
can't even
scheduled.
skate. Skiing. Don't
well,
even like skiing. I almost died on this the last time. It's skiing in me, but I'll man up for Jake.
I am the world's best 90% skier.
I ain't
From the top of the hill to the base, I am exceptional. I just don't know how to stop.
That's me too. And I was coming down this hill, and they teach you this pizza thing, right?
Yeah.
But the skis, when you rent skis, are like these little ones. They like toothpicks.
Okay.
I'm 250 pounds. It's probably for a regular human. So I'm doing the pizza, and I ain't stopping. And I just looked at it. I was like, hey,
snowplow.
I was looking.
Yeah.
and I'm like, hey, you see me coming. I'm stopping. I'm trying to stop. If you in the way, you going to get destroyed. And I literally probably was from the end of this desk to that wall next to, was it chalet or whatever?
Yeah.
And people were like, like after that, I was like, all right, I'm done. For
Oh
this.
no, I was the unpaid entertainment, because you would hear people go, "Here he comes
Right.
again," and
And
you
the
would
only-
hear me screaming, Get out of the way.
And see, I had a thing like where I'd always just either go down the slow one or the medium one.
Yeah.
And so, and I had no problem doing that because, you kind of, you don't ever get going too fast. And so you have fun. I was with, the kids or whatever. And so I always kind of like, it's like driving. So I always would kind of like forecast what somebody else was doing. Well, I think it was a lady kind of like cut me off. So it's either fall, which is probably the hardest thing when you got to get up, try to get your ski. I mean, that's the biggest.
Oh, it would
that's
come
the biggest,
undone. The boot
right.
would come, like I would
Right, you're
fall
just-
so hard that the boot would come undone.
Yeah,
from
the boot and everything, and you got to get it back in there. So I got cut off, and then I went down the Black Diamond.
Nope.
Yo,
Nope.
and it was like no turning back. And once you get going that fast, I'm like, I'm not trying to fall because then you end up with broken bones. So I was just like, bump it, lady. Hey, this is it.
I learned to fall, to sit and then just fall over because it would reduce the amount of circles I would how many flips I would do. But there was always like a tree at the base of the hill with like the cedar around the base of the tree. I was the only person that would walk around with mud stains on their ski suit
Dang.
because I would just barrel into the base of it and I would get on my knees and pull myself up. I'm good from top of the hill down, but I never learned how to stop. So that's why I haven't skied in years.
How do you do on the ski lift?
Here's the thing. I don't like it because it's the height thing.
Yeah, right.
But if I feel comfortable in the chair, I'm okay
Okay.
because I will just focus on the snow.
Yeah.
Right. But if we go over trees or something, I get a little wonky.
You ever snowboarded or anything?
Yeah. I mean, because
Is that easier?
we go
Is that
to Park
for
City. Yeah.
people on the text line? Text in, is skiing or snowboarding easier?
Less like, but see, I would only snowboard on the intermediate side.
Right. But
I would
here's
not go up top.
Here's
And-
another thing about skiing. Like, my dogs were barking. So I think part of the having a good experience skiing is having, and you got to be a skier, to get your, custom made. I don't know if they're custom made boots, but not the ones they just hand out to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
It's like bowling shoes. I don't want to put my feet in other people's boots.
Yeah, but you want them. But if you're doing that, because when you're skiing and when you go skiing, generally you're out there majority of the day. You want to make sure. I mean, your feet and stuff aren't all.
Yeah,
jammed,
it's tough. What blanket brings up a point? What about Sipple? Where would we put Sipple in this?
Sipple has absolutely no athletic ability
You know what?
at all.
What we really need to do first is have Sipple versus Jay. Sipple versus Sorensen.
They wouldn't do that. They're like the two brothers that are boxers. They never face each other. They're like the Klitschko brothers. I would like to see Jake and Sipple in a shooting like a 5-spot shooting war. Like,
okay, I could see that. I could see that.
I think Sipple might have like a sneaky good mid-range jumper.
Yeah, he seems like he can splash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to do that.
But Sipple, like Jake and Sipple going one-on-one basketball. Sipple's trying to be Sipple would go way back to not even 1980s basketball. He going back to like 70s where they just
he going full Hoosier.
Yeah. He's
going full Hoosier.
He's trying to break ribs and
the old picket fence. Like
Right.
he's gonna be like Sipple knows it. He could draw it up on
Right.
the whiteboard.
right. And every foul's gonna count. Every foul's gonna count.
Oh yeah, no. He would foul out of every game.
But no,
There's no question.
what I mean is when he fouls you, it's gonna
Yeah.
be for real. It ain't
Yeah.
gonna be like when I talk to my kids, they're like, if you're gonna foul somebody, foul them so they can't shoot.
He's
Don't-
John Stockton.
Don't get the foul and just tag him. Like this
Yeah.
ain't freeze tag.
Yeah.
Sipple coming with full forearms. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, my elbow hit you in the eye, Mark. I didn't really mean to do it, but good luck shooting that free throw while your eye is swelling up as I'm looking at you.
Remember
He's John Stockton. He's also wearing the John Stockton shorts.
Oh, he's short
So,
shorts.
Yeah, no doubt.
Uncomfortable, but that's why he plays so hard.
Yeah. and he's having the knee pads on though.
and elbow pad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, he's absolutely.
He's having the Kevin Willis elbow pads and the
No, he's going
And the-
cable guy. He's going Jim
Yeah,
Carrey
Jim
cable
Carrey.
guy when he goes.
And he's going to have the
play
Patrick
basketball.
Ewing. They look like they were like up to his thigh.
And the headband.
And the headband.
And the headband. He's
Yeah.
absolutely going to do the headband. All right, we'll throw the break. Mark will tee it up for us. Let him know what's up on 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Baxter, we put you in the driver's seat with a simplified buying process, at-home test drives, hassle-free delivery, and service pickup and return. Check out all our new vehicle specials now during the Ram Make the Switch event at Baxter Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
3rd and 25. Quarterback takes the snap. He rolls out to the right.
After the game, come on into Sirloin World for our Saturday specials.
It's more fun to watch Nebraska football in person. And for a chance at great seats, enter the Nebraska Lottery's Lucky for Life ticket snap. Through July 26th, buy a Lucky for Life ticket and enter the voucher number for a chance to win Nebraska football Skybox season tickets and more. And don't worry, Sirloin World will still be there when the game's over. Lucky for Life top prize odds 1 in 30 million.
It's time to start thinking about what's next. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Southeast Community College wants to be part of your conversation. SCC Discovery Days give you an immersive look at our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, and Milford. Come take a tour, meet our instructors and students, ask questions, and see all the new things SCC has been doing and building in the last few years. See more and register online at southeast.edu/visit SCC. Your path to possible.
Hey, batter, batter, batter. Wings, splatter, splatter, splatter. Catch all this season's baseball action at one of your neighborhood Lincoln locations. Get League of Their Own wings, burgers, nachos, and ringers while catching all the action. Stop into Wings and Rings located on O Street in Meridian Park and 40th and Old Cheney in Williamsburg Village. Or place your order online at wingsandrings.com. That's wingsandrings.com. Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealership, is searching for mechanics of all skill levels to grow with us. Landmark offers a competitive wage, full benefits package, along with paid time off within just 60 days of employment, as well as a 401k and a boot and clothing allowance. Interested in becoming a part of the Landmark difference? Apply now at landmarkimp.com/careers or contact Deanna 402-310-7561 or email careers@landmarkimp.com. That's landmarkimp.com. Landmark Implement is the equal opportunity employer.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at freedmanlaw.com today.
The weather in Nebraska is unpredictable every day, and that's no fun when you're trying to golf. Double Eagle Golf in West Lincoln is now open to let you play in perfect indoor conditions daily. Double Eagle Golf has 5 simulator bays to hit in, by far the most in Lincoln, and has a fully stocked bar with beers and cocktails for you to enjoy while you play. Double Eagle Golf is open each weekday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., so you can start the day there, take a client over lunch, or end the night with friends. Check out Double Eagle Golf today inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
We'll see a chance of showers developing this morning, then becoming partly cloudy with a high of around 85 and a southeast wind at 15. We'll see another chance of thunderstorms move in this evening into tonight with a low of 69. And for our Friday, gradually clearing skies, a late day chance of thunderstorms and a high of 88. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We stand on the shoulders of women who came before us.
Women who fought for their own financial futures.
And now it's our turn.
Join us. Visit WeSaySaveIt.org and take control of your financial future by saving for retirement.
A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Mark, have you watched this video yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so there are 2 videos. There's 2 videos. There's the first one where he's it's a video, but the second one is like the making of the video. and it's Deion Sanders waking Hammer up from a sleep to say, "Hey, we got a pool party. You got to get ready."
Okay.
And they're going to go pick up the young ladies who are going to fill out the pool. Fill it out. And then Hammer made a decision that changed the history of rap music. He decided to wear a banana hammock.
Yeah, in the first one. Yeah, in the first one he was doing.
And he changed hip hop forever because
with some penny loafer shoes on, like some dress shoes on.
Right. And
greased up.
The women of America just lost their minds.
That's funny because I actually wanted to ask you guys what shoes you wear with shorts because I struggle with that.
Yeah.
But I never thought about what shoes to wear with my thong.
If you're built like Hammer,
yeah,
you wear whatever you want.
Penny loafers,
You
apparently.
wear whatever you want.
Okay.
And leopard banana hammock, that.
Well, sure. Like there's another guy.
Leopard.
Leopard bikini draw.
Hey, it is a video to watch.
Yeah, you're really selling it.
It is a video to watch. So yeah, but you got to look. The second one, if you want to, if you ever want to go to just a nightclub and just surprise your wife, just break out all the moves that Hammer did in the first video.
That would surprise my wife. That would surprise a lot of people.
Well, that's why you do it. That's exactly why you do it.
Surprise me too.
That's why you do it, Mark. That's another thing. Like I would find out what Mark's number is, that he would just dance whatever way to Pumps in a Bump. Like I think just whatever Mark's prices.
I was gonna say, are you talking dollars or are you talking alcohols? Because they both exist.
Well, that's what we need to find that out, Jay.
Right.
And we go. That'll be our first 92.7 The Ticket TikTok video. Is Mark Onweiler. I would go in the club.
You're gonna be waiting a while.
I bet you Hammer still. I'm sure he does still performs. Right?
Oh yeah,
so
I'm
sure he still can do these.
He was just out like 2 weeks ago. Video was it's insane. Hammer's still Hammer. Like it makes me feel ashamed of myself that there's a time when I could go step for step. Now I'm like, no, bro, you go ahead. You go ahead. I'll be over here. Mark, hit the music.
Woke up this morning and I got out of bed. Had a big old cup of coffee to clear my head. Telephone rang and you wanna chat? Well, sit on down and tell me what up with that. Ooh-wee.
Get him, Mark.
What up with that? What up with that?
We can put you in the Merlot suit.
I look good. I look good in red.
I have no doubt.
I don't know if I can do the hair.
No, you wouldn't need to.
Okay.
You wouldn't need to.
I sweat enough. I got that part down.
Finish strong.
Yes, sir.
I am so going to find this 3-piece suit. It has to happen. Mark, what's up?
Well, first off, big shout out to Trumpet, the Bloodhound.
Yes.
For winning the Westminster. First Bloodhound ever to do so. Well done.
That is still my jam.
The
Westminster Dog Show is my jam.
Did you watch it already?
Yes.
I don't know what time it aired, but
Well, it was online and Hulu ran a certain little
I thought it usually comes on the weekend.
No, it used to be Monday night and they would run it like all week. But now because of social media and streaming, you get to see like all the dogs, not just the top dogs, which is probably better. Westminster is the dogs who aren't the best dogs who just go there and decide I'm a rebel. Like I'm a rebel and I'm doing some new stuff tonight. They did have there were two dogs who the dog laid down. The dog laid down and rolled over on its back, and I couldn't stop laughing. I could. So who was I didn't see the
Trumpet, the Bloodhound, first Bloodhound ever. I got a picture pulled up if you want to see Trumpet here.
Stud.
He's a good looking dog. He's a good looking dog. Here you go.
Pull his ears out like that.
Yeah.
Man.
Look, if I had ears like that, that's what I'm doing too.
Yeah, this is true. This is
like
true.
You fly away.
Bryce says, "Have you ever seen Best in Show?" Absolutely,
of course.
Like if you're a doggy, that's Best in Show is one you have to see.
I've never watched the Westminster, but I've seen Best in Show, and I just assume it's
so
spot
much,
on.
Yeah, it's pretty much. I always wonder, like they train these dogs. You have the trainers and they have the people who train these dogs to the nth degree. But the trainers are untrained. because the trainers, like, nobody's told them how to dress. Nobody, like, it's some of the worst outfits ever.
Yeah.
I'm like, lady, that dress is too tight for you to run with a dog, especially like a Doberman. Like, what is going on? And the worst shoes.
Yeah.
Like the worst shoes. It's the worst shoes
Again,
ever.
considering you literally have to run with the dog.
Doing those are Sunday church shoes. What are you doing?
Do you have to be dressed up to be like that when you get out there?
Well,
you
well,
can't go out there in like shorts and
no,
t-shirt?
because you're showing the dog, and you are part of the show, and sometimes the shower and the dog look too much alike for my comfort.
They say you become who you hang out with all the time.
Oh my goodness gracious!
I really
Yeah.
hope that's not true with Trumpet's trainer here.
Yeah.
Trumpet's a handsome dog, but that'd be an ugly person.
I just, it's it's several days, and if you've ever been you ever get a chance to be in New York when it happens at the Garden, go, because the whole town just flips it on its head.
So what's it like in person?
Well, so this was 15 years ago.
Okay,
this is 15 years ago, and the parading of what happens around the arena is much important. And there are fights. There are fights, not between the dogs, but between the handlers. And the owners, dog owners are a different breed altogether. It's not like horse owners where you think, there's a different level of pride, but they think the dogs are human. So they treat them as such. And the meals and all the pampering and everything else, and it's like, oh, that's a dog.
Have you seen Anthony Edwards and his dogs?
Yeah,
he named one like after himself.
Really?
And he talks to him. I mean, I get it. He's a young dude. He don't know no better, but
yeah, Best in Show is amazing. Now I got to go back and do that. Thanks, Mark. You put me back on track. I have to go do that. We'll throw the break. Second hour of Old School coming up on the Ticket.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
Old Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
This is your High School Minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Gus Cottle. Legion Baseball is underway after the conclusion of the Coach K tournament. Carpet Land defeated WBC 10-1. Razorbacks defeated Carpet Land 9-0. Bellevue West Post defeated Pierre Post, South Dakota 18-10. Bellevue Post also defeated Orano, Minnesota 10-8. Carpet Land defeated Edge, Wisconsin 8-0. And Sampson Construction tied with Lincoln Christian 4-4. In the Class A Girls All-Star Soccer match, the goals came early and often, ending with a 4-3 shootout win for the home team, and they won the shootout 5-4. The 4 All-Star matches played at Omaha Skutt raised about $15,000 for Special Olympics Nebraska. Millard North's head boys basketball coach, Tim Cannon, is the 2022 Journal Star Boys Coach of the Year. This has been your Southeast Community College High School Minute. Learn more today at southeast.edu with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford.
Did you know that the U.S. has added over 1,100 new breweries in the last 18 months? Learn more by shopping at Myers Cork and Bottle, 13th and South, and by tuning into Thirsty Thursdays with Kevin Myers, because sports are better with a drink in your hand and a friend at your side.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back in the future. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
I grew up hearing that women are bad with money, but like many of you, I spent years paying bills, managing checking accounts, and taking care of my family. So turns out women are pretty good with money after all. And now I'm taking control of my financial future by saving for retirement. It's never too late to start, and there's a great website to help you. Check out WeSaySaveIt.org and jumpstart your retirement savings on your budget and your timeline. That's WeSaySaveIt.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios. This is Old School, brought to you by Sandhills Global. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back. Old School is sponsored by Sandhills Global. Sandhills Global is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, travel support, software development, web design, and many, many more. Career and internship opportunities are available at global headquarters located in Lincoln, Nebraska. Sunny, bright Lincoln, Nebraska, even though the storm's coming in. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Well done, Jay.
The official read, contrary to the first one, that was off the cuff.
No,
both of them to the point.
Stellar. Good.
Sandhills.jobs. Sandhills.jobs.
Do you guys pay attention to your spam folder? Is that a thing you guys?
Like once a month, maybe.
Once a month?
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how, because I don't know what happened, but whatever metrics or analytics are going on in my my spam folder.
You
It
want to
is
read some subject lines?
talcum powder lawsuits, make better chili. Do you want to pay less for repairs? Home security and gutter guardian.
Okay.
I none of those intrigue me.
You can learn to make better chili.
Why? Why? It's a little weird. That's all. Okay.
Jay, how's your chili game?
I
feel like you have a strong chili game.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the best. I know you would have an enjoyable experience. But you have to
you're humble with it.
you
I
have
like
to
that.
know how to. I mean, growing up in Minnesota, you have to know different ways and to make your chili. And there's nothing better than a big bowl of chili on a cold day, watching a football game.
But I'll eat it all year round. It could be 90 degrees out. I'm good with chili. It's kind of weird, but for those folks who are going to Omaha for the World Series, Omaha police officers said they arrested a man with a loaded gun near the College World Series Wednesday morning. They're receiving a call about an armed party near North 13th and Mike Fahey Streets around 10:30 a.m. Officers found a 35-year-old who was armed with an unregistered gun. He did not have a concealed carry permit. He was arrested on suspicion of concealed carry without a permit and possession of an unregistered firearm. Can the weird people chill out?
I would just ask why.
Like,
what are you doing at 10:30 in the morning?
10:30 in the morning.
It's all right. They got him.
Yeah. Good job.
No worries.
Good job.
Well done. Well done. I just want to say that.
DP, what is your thinking on tonight, man, with the draft?
That's kind of the space we want to be in, right? That we don't know who the number one pick's going to be. I did a show in Charlotte last night, and I did a show in Philly last night. And these are folks who are kind of connected. And of course, you talked to like Tony Jones and Jay Michael and Mark Spears and guys who are connected. Like that's really their focus and their intent. And to a person, nobody has any idea what's going to happen tonight. Like there's a full expectation of a trade flurry.
Yeah.
Which changes the need of the teams that are going to draft early. Because there's no franchise player, which is the phrase that folks have been using. There's no franchise player.
It's kind of like this year with the quarterback draft.
Right. So that what you get are guys who can help already existing good teams.
Yeah.
And so if you're a bad team, you will trade the pick for better players, better pros.
Yeah, more ready pros.
Guys who can come in and help you right away, because you don't feel like anybody in the top 5, when you draft them, they're going to enhance your ticket sales. They're not going to enhance your jersey sales. None of that. So who has the most desire to get a high-level ready-made player, but somebody that is not going to rotation, right?
Yeah.
So you're looking at teams like Boston, you're looking at teams like Dallas, you're looking at teams like Philly, teams like New Jersey, who have a lot of movement to happen. Now, some stars are going to get moved today. So there's the other part of it. Who's in play? Now, the Lakers even pitched an idea where they would trade some of their back-end guys, which are high-level guys in the NBA for the sake of talent, to move up to get a young player who could come in and be taught by LeBron to play the way he wants them to play,
right,
rather than finding somebody that you're going to have to break old bad habits.
Right, yeah. And plan for the future, and hopefully, in theory, transition the Lakers from LeBron to Anthony Davis. It'd be actually probably one of the smartest moves that, they've made in Pelinka's made and Jeannie Buss has made here, recently. If they can find a way to move Russell Westbrook along with some other guys,
Westbrook and AD have to be moved if they are going to be who
they're
going to be.
I wouldn't want to move AD this year. He would be a trade deadline guy for me. You just don't, because you want to give him a chance, and the potential's there, and him and LeBron kind of can take a bunch of so-so guys to the promised land that they showed you. But Westbrook, salary cap, get him to a team to,
But there's nobody who will pay.
Yeah, but they're going to have to take some of that brunt of that salary,
Mhm.
but to get rid of him long-term is good. And then also, if you could get a player that can come in and help you, that would be, a number 2 or 3 in the future to, obviously either Anthony Davis or somebody else that would, if, when LeBron retires and they say they move Anthony Davis, it'd be somebody that you could be a transitional player that already kind of knows the Laker way. It'd be great. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Bradley Beal.
That's going to break my heart. It's going to break my heart.
And you saw a little bit yesterday where Portland made a move. They got Grant, who I think was an ascending player. He had been connected to Portland for some time. The connection with Chauncey Billups, and also just, Portland really liked him, and to fit him in with Damian Lillard is something.
They have 8 new players already.
Yeah, and they're going to probably have a couple more. But they have to do that to kind of keep Dame Lillard, entertained, and then Portland.
What's your top three as far as those picks tonight?
Well, I think it's Chet Holmgren, Jabari Smith, and number 5 from Duke. What's his name? Panchero.
Yeah. I mean,
See, if I'm picking,
the latest move is that he's the number 1 tonight.
Yeah, I just read something that's Jabari Smith number 1. If I'm picking, for me, it's coming down to Jabari Smith or Panchero. I would probably maybe go if I'm a team like, say, the Lakers, right? Say I'm able just to pull the wool over somebody's eyes and say I'll take.
I'll give you 3 players.
I'll give you 3 players.
You got to starters for you.
Yep, and you got to take Westbrook. I'll pay a third of his salary, and I get the number 1 pick, and I give you a 2030 first round pick, and if we're good, it's like number 27. So it's kind of a throwaway or whatever, the kind of something within reason. I pick him. And the reason why, because of the position flexibility, his physicality, his ability to handle the ball, his ability to kind of play the inside outside game. He gives you, and he's been coached well, right? The coach, regardless of how long he's been there, you can play defense and transition in half court. And he opens up the court. And so what that does is it takes the pressure off LeBron so he could kind of be the facilitator. Now you got a finisher. It kind of takes Anthony Davis, even though Anthony Davis needs to play center, it allows him to do some stuff he doesn't, necessarily, or that he really wants to do and not really doesn't like to do. Then it also gives you a little bit of flexibility to go and find a guy that can actually be your 5, right? Dwight Howard was really good when they won the championship. That transition from the year that he left and the year that he came back, he's not as, movement wise, he's not as effective. JaVale McGee isn't the answer. Somebody like just an upgrade from him. And I wouldn't be surprised if you could do something like that to do a 3-team trade to somehow, and I just mentioned him in the crossover, you get like a Wendell Carter or somebody like that, like a under radar young player that's had a couple like injury prone first couple years, but he's been productive, like 10-8 when he was in Chicago, 10-8 when he's in Orlando, a team that's not really appreciating him. The salary that he's making is still on his rookie deal. So say it's anywhere between $5 to $8 million, which in NBA salary cap, you can do the, the exemption, or you could do just, the luxury tax on that is minimal considered, some of the other salaries that you're dumping. You could build a nice little team there, and you have a good mix of, obviously LeBron being the oldest with a couple other guys, transition player, hopefully an Anthony Davis, younger players that somebody could step up. So you're not making the same mistake where you're jettisoning a guy like Brandon Ingram that goes somewhere, and now he's a perennial all-star and a really, really good player and a thorn in your side every time he plays, for the fact that, now he's down in New Orleans and really flourished, and you kind of, got rid of the wrong player. So it'll be interesting what the Lakers do or don't do. What happens with Bradley Beal? What happens with Kyrie Irving? And if I'm LeBron, it's like, what's weird to me about KD, right? It's like, and this is also with Kawhi. It's like you guys spend so much time trying to beat LeBron, kind of backdoor hate on LeBron, when the best thing you could have done is just partner with him, because he's so much older than you, right? That you can win and still be your own guy after he's gone
and move on,
but be that LeBron guy. You know what I mean? And so they both made dumb decisions where, like, KD wouldn't go play with LeBron because he didn't want to play in a shot. You be playing with him, right? You just imagine LeBron's efficiency rating if he has KD.
First of all, the league would have been bored to death with just KD and LeBron winning every year.
Not necessarily, because the league wasn't bored to death when it was happening with the Golden State. But see, here's my point. You're quick to go join Steph. That was Steph's top 3, even on a bad year in the league, right?
Right.
You're going to go join a team that was, how many? They won 72 games, right? Or 73. And you guys were up 3-1. You lost. You're going to go join a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the difference between LeBron and KD is like this, okay? But you won't join LeBron. Kawhi could have easily went to the Lakers and been the transition player. But then you want Paul George, and it doesn't work out.
Do you think he regrets that?
Deep down, he does.
Yeah.
And because you're like, okay, I'm gonna go get a second tier player, and you don't have like, well, at least Kawhi doesn't have those leadership qualities,
right?
Like LeBron would take a Paul George and give him his playbook, and here's my legacy. I see this in you. Kawhi was just doing it just to think that I can win some regular season games against LeBron. And then KD went out there, and it's one of those things, like you always said, like, yeah, you're good friends, and like they stay the weekend, and it's like, oh, this would be great with roommates. Well, then you say, hey, your homeboy ain't flushed the toilet in 2 days, ain't never took no dishes out of the dishwasher. God forbid he vacuums, ain't took the trash out.
And then you find out what he believes in.
And yeah, which is not doing anything that everybody else does. And he doesn't turn the lights off.
Right.
And so now you're in a catch-22, and now he's like, now you hear rumors that which is weird. Like it's always been in pro sports. You never dip into somebody else's personal business.
Sure.
Kyrie's going to get paid by somebody,
Sure.
right? That KD's like, well, if the net, well, at least the report is, so I can't speak for KD. So the report is, if Kyrie doesn't get what he wants from the Nets, KD is going to ask for a trade. Why?
Well, because that's what was promised to KD to get him there.
Well,
which
there.
was that he has control, that he has LeBron type control of the decisions made about the personnel. And so if you committed, because first of all, KD was going to go to DC,
right? Or the next second
he was going to go to DC because that's home. And so the ability, like he had already bought the house and then had to go back and resell it because of that. When you make these deals with the devil, when it comes to giving players control of personnel decisions, you can't back out on it. And the moment that it breaks is the moment the whole thing falls apart.
But here's what my question would be: KD's a pretty successful businessman outside of the sports. He's done a really, because I've seen it where he's
got 3 restaurants in DC, 1 in Maryland,
and a lot of tech companies and stuff. He's obviously funding and stuff like that. So as a businessman, you can't tell me every deal he's invested in or is a part of has went according to plan. So Flip, yes, you want that, but also when you sit down with the GM and the owners of the Nets and they kick it to you just from a business standpoint that this is a bad investment, you have to take pause and say, okay, I understand where they're coming from.
Well, because
it's business.
Think of all the deals that
and
the
it's
Nets
not
have
personal.
done.
It's not personal.
Right.
This is business. So there has to be a separation. You got to take the emotion out of it because it's your homeboy.
He's been allowed to bring in several different players with different results. And I think it's a statement. Listen, KD, not for nothing, but your choices in personnel haven't been that good.
Well, he decided on the head coach.
Yep.
You decided on Kyrie. You got Blake Griffin. You got LaMarcus Aldridge.
You moved Dinwiddie. You moved so there are folks that
you moved glue guys actually.
Right.
And then you got Curry. And
Harris was in and out.
You got rid of the big man that Andre Drummond.
I think today will be the NBA's redirection day. Because if Kyrie goes to the Lakers, now great for the rest of the league to have Kyrie in LA. I'm not sure it's best for LeBron. But LeBron knows Kyrie. He kind of knows what he's getting into. I just want to say to him, Kyrie in Cleveland is different than Kyrie in LA.
Right. I was just about to say that.
So you're going to, whatever this thing is going to happen,
it would be
putting Kyrie in that pool means that Kyrie's going to be distracted. Kyrie is going to
like I wouldn't like if I'm LeBron. I know that I know during the All-Star game they were talking about. He said the thing that Cleveland has a young nucleus or something like that, right? Like if I'm him, I'm trying to get Sexton, that's coming off an injury, to come in and be the point guard. The guy from Alabama that he was out there when it was like 3-on-5 and they barely lost the game and all, and he has a torn ACL, and Cleveland is guard heavy with Garland and all those guys now. I'm trying to get a guy like that versus Kyrie.
Well, the whisper was yesterday that Bradley Beal, because of the way he ran the Wizards from the point, that he could handle, because one, LeBron's the point guard. LeBron's the point guard in LA. Like everything's going to go through him. What they want is
a knockdown shooter.
Right.
And Bradley Beal with LeBron, oh my God.
Right. So
it'd be like Ray Allen with LeBron.
So in my heart of hearts, I think that's the move.
I hope so.
that happens, although KD and Beal get along.
Yeah,
So,
but if you're,
well,
I get that. I get.
like,
I
you see
get-
those
I-
two, you see them side by side, and you go,
But
"Oh
KD,
boy!"
But KD doesn't play. LeBron shows up wanting to play and KD wants to play an all-around game every game, 82. So he's going to say, LeBron knows he could go out and score 40 every night. But what LeBron is always going to do, which has been at times to his detriment, he's always going to make the right pass to the open guy. With KD, he kind of went from that one with Golden State. I wouldn't say he didn't like it. Now, granted, the whole thing with Draymond and all that, maybe I find it hard if you have those type of personalities. That's going to make you leave pretty much a dynasty. But then when he goes, and what he said was, essentially what he said, he liked to go more isolation ball. If I'm Bradley Beal, I'm like, dude, you just coming from isolation ball. I just did that 1-on-5 here with Washington. I want to take some pressure off of me.
Well, but that's the move. And here's the other thing.
If I'm talking to my agent, that's the move, because the spacing that you're going to get with AD, LeBron, and then Beal out there knocking down threes.
Pay attention to the Clippers lurking in the background.
Yeah, they all Jerry West.
and
he's going to screw the Lakers over just because of that show.
Pay attention to it, right? That it's a thing that can happen. And then don't forget, Memphis is second home to Bradley Beal. So that's close enough to St. Louis for him to be able to do the stuff that Bradley Beal wants to do.
Yeah, but
and he gets to play next to Ja. And if you don't think that thing plays out, so today's going to be chaos. We'll go to break. When we come back, what I want to talk about, because we've got 3 segments in this hour, I want to talk about what Husker fans want for Bryce McGowens. Like, where do you want him to go? Like, in your heart of hearts, if tonight at some point his name is called, which one is the thing that you get excited about? Which jersey would you buy? Which team could you root for? Give me that. Tell me where you want Bryce McGowens to go. Hit us up on the text line and let us know where you want Bradley Beal to go. The reports are off the charts and they're all over the place. We'll go through that when we come back to Old School.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is your High School Minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Gus Cottle. Legion Baseball is underway after the conclusion of the Coach K tournament. Carpet Land defeated WBC 10-1. Razorbacks defeated Carpet Land 9-0. Bellevue West Post defeated Pierre Post, South Dakota 18-10. Bellevue Post also defeated Orano, Minnesota 10-8. Carpet Land defeated Edge, Wisconsin 8-0. And Sampson Construction tied with Lincoln Christian 4-4. In the Class A Girls All-Star Soccer match, the goals came early and often, ending with a 4-3 shootout win for the home team, and they won the shootout 5-4. The 4 All-Star matches played at Omaha Skutt raised about $15,000 for Special Olympics Nebraska. Millard Norris head boys basketball coach Tim Cannon is the 2022 Journal Star Boys Coach of the Year. This has been your Southeast Community College High School Minute. Learn more today at southeast.edu with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Sauter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Bagels and Joe is in full summer mode. They'll add cold foam to the top of any iced coffee. Plus, they now have a Joe Coffee Club. Get unlimited drip coffee for just $8.95 per month. And don't forget their delicious breakfast burritos and sandwiches. Bagels and Joe, 4 Lincoln locations.
Allo means business. Allo means local business. Allo means big business. Allo means small business. No matter your business, if you need reliable phone and internet connectivity, you need Allo. Local service and same-day dispatch. Free installation. Symmetrical upload and download speeds. If your business relies on communication, rely on Allo. Allo means business. Visit allofiber.com/business. Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit OakStreetCarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor at just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
Oak Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff at brokersinsurancene.com. The weather in Nebraska is unpredictable every day, and that's no fun when you're trying to golf. Double Eagle Golf in West Lincoln is now open to let you play in perfect indoor conditions daily. Double Eagle Golf has 5 simulator bays to hit in, by far the most in Lincoln. It has a fully stocked bar with beers and cocktails for you to enjoy while you play. Double Eagle Golf is open each weekday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., so you can start the day there, take a client over lunch, or end the night with friends. Check out Double Eagle Golf today inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. You get it?
Yes, good job.
So what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Back to Old School with DP and J.
Welcome back, Old School. 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman text line. Go ahead and hit it up. The question is, and there'll be a second part of the next segment because I want to know what Bryce's legacy will be in 10 years. Here as a Husker basketball player who's going to go pro and do some things. But where do you want Bryce McGowan to go? Where do you want Bryce McGowan to go? Like who? Because there's certain places where Bryce goes, I'm gonna have a real hard time putting on that jersey. Right?
Why?
Because there's certain places I don't want to root for. Like I don't want to root for them. But there are places where if Bryce goes, like the usual suspects, but if Bryce goes to the Jazz, I'm pretty thrilled for him because I know what he's walking into. If he goes to DC, happy for me, not as happy for him. Charlotte, high on the list.
I think it's anywhere.
Atlanta, high on the list.
I don't want him going to those two places.
Where do you want him to go?
I don't want him going to Charlotte or Atlanta, not because of the team, but because of the distractions. It's too close to home for him. I want him close enough to home to where the people from home have to make a conscious decision whether they want to be there. Charlotte's too close. Atlanta's too close. There's too much of a distraction.
I would say I would agree with that if it wasn't Pam and Bobby McGowan.
I'm not talking that this has nothing to do with his parents. I'm just talking about everything. Unless they're there 24/7. Because I'm assuming Trey's going to be somewhere, right?
Oh, Trey's definitely going to be
so Trey's going to be somewhere. Mm-hmm. Now, if there was like 15 years in between them and he was with Bryce, I wouldn't care. And Bryce is a great kid. So I'm saying this from experience, from me.
Yep.
Whereas like you would be, if you were talking about me in football, Chuck Foreman, Joyce Garris, it's there. So this has nothing to do with his upbringing. I mean, I'm not talking about Bryce going and like getting caught with a gun, and I'm just talking about him maximizing his first couple years in the NBA. So when you're talking about legacy, 10 years down the road, he's reaching his potential. That's why I'm saying it.
Where
Now,
do you want him to go?
I want him to go to the Timberwolves. It's cold. He ain't doing nothing. I can keep eyes on him. So I know exactly what, because if I shoot him on Instagram or text, they say, "Listen here, Bryce. I know you was down at JD Hoyt's play, like 11 o'clock, and you got a game tomorrow. The flight leaves at 9. Your bedtime was at 10, player."
But that's kind of why I said some of the places that I said, because
and I'm just talking.
They're corners that we can get into to keep him buffered and
I just
kind of bounce him.
To be honest with you, anywhere he goes, I'm going to be a fan because I know they're getting a great player, a great kid, great family, great addition.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm interested to see how tonight goes, regardless, because I know he's going to make the most of it. I applaud a kid that's willing to step out there and bet on himself. He's obviously he's had a great offseason. He's done everything he needs to do in order for tonight to be.
He's put in the work.
To be successful for him. So what this is going to do is set him up for the future. I'm just talking about from my experience. I know when I was coming out, leaving from Lincoln, you're like, oh, Lincoln's too small, this, and this, and you want to. You're thinking, I want to go to the Jets. I want to go to Atlanta. I want to get, I want to go to one of the California teams. I've seen guys that I played with in college go to these teams and lose focus. And if you don't, and the NBA and the NFL is a little different, but it's not that much different. Those first 2 years that you're in an organization are huge because it's your first impression, which is a lot of times your lasting impression. But you have to be focused and you have to be able to see what you need to really work on. And then you got to do a lot of the work when the lights are off, when people aren't around.
The text line has lined up. Let's go through some of this. Craig says, I just want him to succeed wherever. Bryce says the Bulls, hands down. He's been a fan since WGN days, so that makes sense. Willie says he won't see him going to Philly, but Trey, come on. And again, you'll be able to track that because that second half, the second round, Trey McGowan's name might get popped. Sixers for sure. One texter says. Another one says he wants him to go to the Thunder. But if he doesn't, I'll probably forget who he is. Mr. Unlimited says Denver. John in Des Moines says if he goes in the second round, was it a mistake to leave early? I'm on the side of this. Bryce McGowan is an NBA player. And I don't think he'll be limited to a single opportunity type situation.
No, and I wonder, I don't know how it goes, because it used to be like, if you get drafted past the first round, and here comes teams from like Europe and stuff coming in with more money, and then you go play in Europe, do you go back in the draft, or did they change that?
They changed it, but here's where I think that more applies to Trey, but I also think that Trey is going to end up in the league.
Right.
Trey, from a physicality standpoint, is ideal
for a
second round pick. And think about it this way: that Delano Banton went second round. Who was more ready made for the NBA when they left Nebraska? Trey was. Now you had all the boxes that Delano checked, but Trey.
Yeah, and it's a hometown team too. But yeah. Trey. I mean, Trey's going to make it. Bryce is going to make it. I don't ever think it's a mistake because, he's doing it for the right reasons. Ideally, selfishly, I would have liked to see him come back. I would have liked to see both of them come back next year. That's me being selfish. Do I think it would have probably helped them? Sure, just because of just who they are. They would have balled out regardless. And, I think it would be ever. But I also know that those two together are ready to go. And they'll be successful wherever they're at.
Yeah, I will go through some of the projected,
and the fact that they're going to go through it together, is also big.
Oh, it's fantastic. Like,
so the phone calls back and forth.
Come on, you're living the dream that you and your brother.
It's not that. It's just the rookie angst. You got to go through it with somebody.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You got to have somebody to talk to, and who are better to talk to than your brother. Now, if one's back in college and Bryce is going to like trigonometry or economics, and you can't, versus Trey's in Oakland waiting to play the Warriors, and he hadn't playing, and he hadn't played in 2 weeks, versus where Bryce is going through the same thing. They might be on the other side of the country, but they have the both same type of problems or issues that they might be going through or one win at one point in time.
It's going to be interesting to watch, and we'll be rooting there. I'll go through 4 of the projected landing spots for Bryce McGowan. I'll do that when we come back to Old School.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff at brokersinsurancenE.com.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric ensures our home and office HVAC systems run smoothly throughout the year to provide maximum comfort and convenience. Routine maintenance reduced our operating costs just by improving the efficiency of our unit. Consider a maintenance agreement to ensure you too receive priority for services and scheduling. This helps meet manufacturer warranty requirements. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
The days of internet contracts and heavy fine print are over. It's time to experience hassle-free service with no contracts or hidden fees. That's the Allo promise. Allo Communications provides fiber internet, TV, and phone services with fair and no-nonsense pricing. All backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, 24/7 local support 365 days a year, and a monthly bill you can count on. Don't settle for gimmicks. Settle for hassle-free with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/hassle-free.
Hello, everybody. I'm Charlie Stone, and joining me is Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, how are you?
I'm doing great, Charlie.
Andy, I know you have hundreds of new Hondas on the way, but let's talk about your pre-owned inventory.
You know, everyone in Lincoln and surrounding areas know we sell new and pre-owned Hondas, but a lot of people I talk to don't realize that we sell all makes and models.
All makes of imports and domestics, right?
Yes. In addition to Hondas, we sell Toyotas, Nissans, Volkswagens, Kias, domestic vehicles, and we have more than 125 to choose from right now, with fresh trade-ins arriving daily.
Andy, I hear about many people choosing certified pre-owned.
They are, Charlie. It's like buying a new car with a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty and a special low-rate financing. Best of all, the customer can take immediate delivery.
Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
We'll see a chance of showers developing this morning, then becoming partly cloudy with a high of around 85 and a southeast wind at 15. We'll see another chance of thunderstorms move in this evening into tonight with a low of 69. And for our Friday, gradually clearing skies, a late day chance of thunderstorms and a high of 88. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The new 18-hole course is now open at Adventure Golf Center. You knew them before for their 36 holes, and now experience a brand new style of miniature golf with par 3s, 4s, and 5s. It's a new concept to the Midwest with holes longer than before and unique hazards throughout the course. And it's fun for golfers of all ages and skill levels. Plus, there's a bar on the course that serves alcohol. Try the new 18-hole course today at Adventure Golf Center at 56th and Old Cheney.
These days, there are more reasons than ever to treat yourself to a great haircut at Great Clips with the online check-in app. So tell us, why do you check in?
I check in because I'm tired of hat hair. I check in because we all need a cut.
I check in so I can feel like me.
And I check in so I look good for you.
No matter why you check in, you'll check out with a great haircut and save time with our online check-in app. Great Clips. It's going to be great.
Get a lot of advice about self-care these days, but one of the most important self-care steps we can take is making sure we're financially secure later in life. For small steps you can take to save for retirement, visit WeSaySaveIt.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. Old School 42464-5685. Dusty says this from the Sutter Heyman text line. What up, DP? What up, Dusty? Do you think Bryce will be on and stay on an NBA active roster next year, or will he have to do G League for a while? If he can hang, I'd like to see him at the Bulls. We were just talking about it on the break, and there are comps and conversations that are happening about the McGowan brothers. And there's a certain NBA expert, and I don't even put air quotes behind it, who actually said, he goes, look, I love Bryce McGowan, but I love Trey McGowan. Like, for the NBA and the way the game is played now, and in those high-level moments, like if you're trying to play playoff basketball, that you would be more inclined to lean towards Trey and get more physicality and maturity.
He's a little bit more day one ready just because of he understands, like Trey's played in college for way longer.
Mm-hmm.
He's older, he's more mature. So he understands the pace and the type of basketball you need to play night in and night out. He's just been through it before, and that's just it. I mean, he's just older. Bryce's potential, and then when Bryce somehow figured out what he needed to do that second half of the Big Ten season, it was a different player, and Bryce had to learn, like, look, dude, this isn't AAU or high school. You can't float that as much. Whereas Trey knows, Trey can give you position flexibility at the top. I always say the top of the key. So that's like your 1, 2, and 3. Probably could guard a 4 in a pinch if it's a pop 4. But definitely 1, 2, or 3, he can give you definitely on the ball presence as far as defense. Definitely can, run the point as like off the bench. I'm sure he's improved his outside shot, so be a knockdown, and he can go to the rack. So, and he's a good teammate. He's tough and stuff like that, and he's got his body is ready. So that's where you do some comparables. That's where you get a statement like that. So they're both going to make their way. Look, they're basketball players. Sometimes NBA careers aren't. It doesn't pop where you start. It's like you got to find the right, mix of teammates, mix of players, organization, and the opportunity. And you see it all the time. You see, oh man, this guy never really played at this place, but when he went to so-and-so place, I mean, it's like Zach LaVine, right? Minnesota, he was just kind of like a run and dunk guy. Well, now he's at the Bulls, and he's like an all-star. Like, how does that happen? How does that happen with even Andrew Wiggins? Just depends on the situation, organization, who he's surrounded by, and then how long it takes him to develop. We have to remember, especially in Bryce's case, it's extremely, extremely young. I guess you could say immature just because he hasn't been on this earth that long, versus other guys that are, maybe a little bit older and more seasoned. But it's for everybody, there's a transition period. The LeBron Jameses and all those guys that have come out and they kind of are instant, impact players. Those are like once in a lifetime type of players. That's why you're talking about the likes of LeBron James of being the best of all time. So everybody else is kind of in the same boat. Opportunity, put in the work outside of I would say when the lights are off, and then taking advantage of your opportunity. And it usually comes within the first 2 seasons or maybe the 3, barring any injuries. And I look forward to see both of them. They're going to flourish. And when they get their chance, once they figure out how to make it, they'll continue to make it.
A couple of projections this morning one has Bryce going number 27 to Miami. Another has him going 28 to Golden State. Another yet has him going number 26 to Houston. And then finally, it was also number 25 to the San Antonio Spurs. So somewhere in that range. And then the beauty of that is you get to get some of these numbers. So the range between the slotted salary caps for drafted players from number 20 to number 28. If he's 28, he's going to make, over the next 3 years, he's going to average $1.7 million a year. If he goes as high as 20, he will average $2.3 million a year. Also, just know the endorsements, that the moment that they get drafted and the day that they sign, endorsement deals become active that have been negotiated. And I will tell you this, most of the players who are in this space already have endorsement deals locked up if they fall within the slots. The slot will determine the actual amount that works, and then they will make additional money on top of that. And then you get into the local sponsorships and that sort of things in the cities in which they get drafted to. So it is a big business night tonight in the NBA. We'll go to break, come back. We'll close out old school. 1, 2, and 3. We kind of know who the 3 are, but we're not sure where. We'll talk more about the NBA draft when we come back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The days of internet contracts and heavy fine print are over. It's time to experience hassle-free service with no contracts or hidden fees. That's the Allo promise. Allo Communications provides fiber internet, TV, and phone services with fair and no-nonsense pricing. All backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, 24/7 local support 365 days a year, and a monthly bill you can count on. Don't settle for gimmicks. Settle for hassle-free with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/hassle-free.
This is your High School Minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Gus Cottle. Legion Baseball is underway after the conclusion of the Coach K tournament. Carpet Land defeated WBC 10-1. Razorbacks defeated Carpetland 9-0. Bellevue West Post defeated Pierre Post, South Dakota 18-10. Bellevue Post also defeated Orano, Minnesota 10-8. Carpetland defeated Edge, Wisconsin 8-0. And Sampson Construction tied with Lincoln Christian 4-4. In the Class A Girls All-Star Soccer match, the goals came early and often, ending with a 4-3 shootout win for the home team, and they won the shootout 5-4. 4 All-Star matches played at Omaha Skutt raised about $15,000 for Special Olympics Nebraska. Millard Norris head boys basketball coach Tim Cannon is the 2022 Journal Star Boys Coach of the Year. This has been your Southeast Community College High School Minute. Learn more today at southeast.edu with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford.
These days, there are more reasons than ever to treat yourself to a great haircut at Great Clips with the online check-in app. So tell us, why do you check in?
I check in because I'm tired of hat hair. I check in because we all need a cut.
I check in so I can feel like me.
And I check in so I look good for you.
No matter why you check in, you'll check out with a great haircut and save time with our online check-in app. Great Clips. It's going to be great.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric ensures our home and office HVAC systems run smoothly throughout the year to provide maximum comfort and convenience. Routine maintenance reduced our operating costs just by improving the efficiency of our unit. Consider a maintenance agreement to ensure you too receive priority for services and scheduling. This helps meet manufacturer warranty requirements. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Bagels and Joe is in full summer mode. They'll add cold foam to the top of any iced coffee. Plus, they now have a Joe Coffee Club. Get unlimited drip coffee for just $8.95 per month. And don't forget their delicious breakfast burritos and sandwiches. Bagels and Joe, 4 Lincoln locations.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate. Did you know that the U.S. has added over 1,100 new breweries in the last 18 months? Learn more by shopping at Myers Cork and Bottle, 13th and South, and by tuning into Thirsty Thursdays with Kevin Myers, because sports are better with a drink in your hand and a friend at your side.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
We'll see a chance of showers developing this morning, then becoming partly cloudy with a high of around 85 and a southeast wind at 15. We'll see another chance of thunderstorms move in this evening into tonight with a low of 69. And for our Friday, gradually clearing skies, a late day chance of thunderstorms and a high of 88. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We stand on the shoulders of women who came before us.
Women who fought for their own financial futures.
And now it's our turn.
Join us. Visit WeSaySaveIt.org and take control of your financial future by saving for retirement.
A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
On that James Harden off-season workout program.
I'm just gonna say it. Jay Foreman off air is hilarious.
Hey, when you have the after NBA draft, they bring them there at a rookie symposium.
Yep.
They have a picture of like James Harden, what not to do in the offseason, what not to look like versus say like LeBron, what you look like, or Bradley Beal.
That is but we also, I don't know. Nobody can say that James Harden has maxed out. Like
he maxed out, and then he got maxed out in the contract.
But
then now he's maxing out in a different way.
But Jay, I'll ask anybody listening, if you could live James Harden's life.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't about whether he lives a great life. It's about
he's a Hall of Famer.
Right.
He's a multi-millionaire.
Oh, I'm not saying he's doing anything wrong, but we're as James, at the end of the day, that all sounds good, great and all. That's an easy sell. But when you peel back the onion, did you help yourself win a championship?
He did everything he could because he had them at 3-1 and a lead, and then
then he proceeded to shoot 14% in Game 7.
Yeah, but if we measure everybody by the one game where that's like the Jackie Smith conversation.
Right.
Hall of Fame career, one of the best tight ends to ever do it, but one play, one game in the Super Bowl in the bright lights is his legacy, and that's
it's not his legacy, but that's just who he is.
Look, man, I go ahead.
Would you put LeBron or James or Harden? Who would you rather have in Game 7?
Well, that's just it. LeBron's the answer, and he removes. That's for everybody.
Okay, well, I mean, you could go all the way down. You could like Steph. I mean, at the end of the day,
who would
James Harden? How much money he made? When the guys don't really care about that. I mean, they do, but it's like when you're not sitting there like, oh, you're a great player because you made a lot of money. That'd be like Chase Daniels. Chase Daniels would be. You would say like he's a great player. He's made what, $50 million?
Yeah.
Not a great player.
But Harden's going to make $50 million next year.
Yeah.
Next year,
James Harden's been on 3 teams in like 3 years.
Yeah. That's kind of the league, though. Like Dwight Howard's a Hall of Famer. Same deal.
Right.
Right? I mean, it's kind of what the business is now.
But how many Hall of Famers can you look at and say, I don't trust you in a Game 7?
But one thing about
that's everybody in the league except for 4 players.
But here's the thing: is like,
yeah, but how many of them are Hall of Famers?
But Dwight Howard,
there's like 18 Hall of Famers.
Dwight Howard got humbled enough and came back, and he understood what he did and didn't do right. That's the great thing about Dwight Howard. What Kobe and everybody was telling him along the way, that he was fighting because he was so much. It's kind of like Cam Newton. He was so superior physically, that he was not accepting mentally what people were trying to tell him that have been in his position. But when he literally was unstoppable.
Yeah. I like all that. I think
James Harden probably wishes that before a playoff game, he didn't sit in the studio with Lil Durk or whoever it was when he probably should have been getting ready, and then he popped a hammy.
Oh, I'll agree with that. I'll absolutely agree with that.
That's all I'm saying.
And the level of trust, I mean, trust means you've won it, you've shown. Like
trust is like
I don't trust anybody. Like if you had the same thing about Bradley Beal, what we're talking about. Bradley Beal can change his entire legacy by going and choosing to play with LeBron James.
You'd say
Kyrie's whole reputation is built on the fact of what he did with LeBron, not what he did without LeBron.
And do you trust Kyrie to be there effectively as part of a team all season? No,
you know. You're absolutely right.
And immensely,
you're absolutely right.
Kyrie's the type of dude,
especially in LA, like
which is worse.
Like they'll have him up at the top of the building. They'll have him on the top floor. He'll be top floor.
He'll be a movie producer.
Oh.
He'll be like, oh yeah, I'd rather produce a movie.
Right. Like it's all.
Well, and he already has been in a couple movies. Right?
Yeah. Like I mean, today's the big business day.
If you're LeBron and Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka call you at 10 Central, wake him up, say, hey, all right, you just got done working out. Come on down here. A or B, Kyrie or Beal?
Beal.
Who do you think LeBron chooses?
Beal.
And so Beal is more appealing than a guy that he's won it all before.
Right, because he thinks he can win with Beal as well.
In the Kyrie that he kind of played with in
different
Cleveland
dude now.
is a different,
A different dude now. Like that,
it's kind of like Antonio Brown with
yeah, he's a different dude now.
With Tom Brady, the one that was in New England, the one that ran off the field, is like, yeah, I don't know that dude.
Yeah, that's my dude.
Mike Tomlin.
No, it ain't.
Mike Tomlin said the same thing.
Right?
They on the whatever show they said, well, do you think you would pick up Antonio Brown? He's like, man, we ain't doing that. Don't even ask that no more.
That is. I need to. As a matter of fact, now I need to send this to Mark because I need to get this for the next segment with Barry. Jay Foreman, thank you, bro. We're gonna talk a little. We're gonna
Antonio Brown.
Yeah, we're gonna talk a little Pittsburgh Steelers.
Heck no.
The coach was talking yesterday, and I'm all for it.
He said, "I'm gonna be ready." I know that.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Jay Foreman, thank you, man.
Put everybody on notice, didn't he?
Yeah, everybody. We got work to do.
Included.
We got work.
I'm gonna be ready.
All right.